Guess the house number.
You know what I should do? I should go for a walk. I should go for a walk. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I'm not sure who's here right now. Has anybody ever been here before? You know what? I think I'm going to take my my two programs for a walk. Right? So we're going to go for a little walk right now. Hey, buddy. How you doing on the floor? So, where should we start off? Should we start off with the artwork? With the artwork. How about the big bad wolf? Why was it a big bad wolf, or was it a fox? Fox or wolf? Why was it bad? Were all the characters that were good good? Were all the characters that were bad bad? How was the story betrayed? Right? How was the story betrayed? Or how was the story portrayed? Right? You can say prehistoric and you can say per-historic. There's my little per, right? The cat is number 24. I do this in a basic science. My science is very, very basic, for we are the ones who do not know. We have to learn from the very beginning when we go back to our ABCs, to where we can bring our friendly, furry friends into the picture to understand the depth that it goes into. This is what you think is just a cat, just an ordinary cat. C-A-T, cat. The numeric value for C-A-T, cat, is 20. This is in the basic A1, B2, Y25, and Z26. Cat. Now, if we do this in gematria 1 through 7, like the piano keys, we have a C3, an A1, and a T7. So we have 1, 2, 7, or 3 times 4, 3 plus 4, equals to that 12 and 7, 19, connecting A with I, the division of the sun, the cat. Number 24, noted to be 6, noted to be the hexagon. Unrelated and related to what is the dog. Number 26. Sorry, did I say 26? This is 24. The dog is 26. The mathematics in the star system is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, dividing of the 7th gate. Assuming we're using 2 cubes. Also understanding that the 7th gate of 1 cube, there are 3 7 gates on 1 cube, right? 1 opposite 6, 2 opposite 5, 3 opposite 4. The underlying reality is what the numbers say. And it's all A, B, C, D. It's all A and B, C and D. I learned this in my dreams. I learned this as I was walking. I learned this as a truck driver, a pig farmer, on the pig farm, always trying to figure out how in the world does God have a relationship? And I questioned it about the pig. You know that? I question the pig all the time. Let me shut off this big light, see if we can still get that angle out here. I always question the pig, right? I want to know why the Hebrews, right, don't want to eat the pork on Friday night. Why don't you want to eat the pork on Friday night? Whoop, hold on a second, because I'm holding these two instruments in my hand at the same time. Whoop, hold on a second. I got to adjust my cameras. Hold on a second. Imagine, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, so the thing comes out. I'm going to have to put a little light here. Hold on a second. I'm zinging this thing around. I'm going to go sit down in my chair, right? I'm zinging this around. Now, why don't they eat pork? What do we have to know about pork, right? So I studied it for my life. I just thought about it, didn't really study it, right? Didn't really study the cat, but I'm going to sit down because it's difficult to maneuver the cameras at the same time. So we're going to sit down and talk. Okay, and the thing is, when we start to talk, is how do you want to perceive what I do? Are you looking for something about life? Do you want to know something about life? Like one of the craziest things about life. Hey, buddy, how you doing? So the craziest thing about life is that imagine. Okay, now I'm asking you to imagine. I just need to stand this phone up a little bit. Imagine there's something about this world you want to know. Something the whole world has talked about. For, against, with. But did you ever hear this word? These two words were near Christmas time. They say it was the time of Jesus Christ. I've heard that name before. I heard people call out to the Lord, Lord. I heard them call out and pray that they should be helped and saved. I heard this over 60 years. What is the pig? Can I find the pig anywhere else? What do I know about the pig? And then I know that for some reason, when you go out to the barbecue, you go out and you have chicken and ribs. You have chicken and ribs. They don't say, come over, you're going to have chicken and pigs. They say you're going to have chicken and ribs, because they're not serving you the whole pork. They're just serving you with the chicken, the ribs. So did the chicken come into the pig house? So I'm just going to put this element of the reality aside to explain to you what I do and how I go about doing what I do. I look for the differences. The similarities. I see the story they tell me. I also, what I have done is to understand how numbers form, where they go, what they do. Like if I multiply something or divide a number of something, I'm dividing a number. So I'm going to use the equation and see if there's an equation somewhere and see what they say about these equations. I know if I get an X when I'm bowling, it's a strike. I know when I get an X in baseball, it's a strike. I know the X in Roman numerals, in Roman numbers, in Roman number. I know it's 10. So let me see. I'm not seeing my my live chat over here. How's it going? Joni Ryder, yo, that's so cool. Can you please tell me what this means? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What? I know you have a great knowledge of all these. I'm so upset that it just keeps disappearing on me. Okay, I know you have great knowledge of things. I can't quite understand. Yes, okay, hold on. Just let me see because they're not letting me see my comments. Open with Google. Just give me a second. Yeah, okay. Not sure if you're still here. Very hard for me. Okay, live chat guard. Okay, so Gary Hoover, I'm not sure of which question you ask. I come here, my mind, the minute it goes into the tank and it swims around in the school, I learn right away. Boom! You ask a question, I have an answer. I have an answer because I use, okay, I put it into the Edna machine, right? And I let Edna go at it. And what I mean by the Edna machine is the passage of my creation, okay, crossing over into the moon and it through the sun, right? From the dividing sun. I believe the conscious is outside of you, and obviously the air you breathe is not really just the air you breathe. If the air you breathe can corticate to your lungs on how your lungs seed and feed off of the air you breathe, and your heart keeps beating, it must mean something. We have to stay amateurish, okay? Somehow I feel like my heart is electric, and because of the machines and the terminology they use for the machines and terms they use for your heart, you know, and they have valves, and I'm not sure if they're I'm not sure which kind of valves they are. So if I study anything online right now, search a valve, that's part of you. Your heart beats, understand, is it a musical reality where you go boom, 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 boom? So is it going up and down like the sine wave? And if you're going to write the heartbeat, do you know how to do it on this paper? The heartbeat is tuk, 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 tuk. Because as it's beating, I just want to know the up and the down and the distance. I'm going to figure out the rest. Yes, so you're here to listen, but it'd be fantastic if you can ask me some questions, Gary, because I can talk all night and I can run in circles, but the tree will not rise unless you ask the question. Why should I be running in circles? When you ask a question, you put a branch, a root, a flower onto that tree. Because it is amongst us that we rise and learn. How can one person carry a load without transparently sharing what has already been transparently shared? The Lord of creation, for whom you call the God, is the gates of the Omega divide 764 hertz. The movement of 764 is 7, 6, and then 4. Or is it 4, 6, and then 7? Or is it 4, 7, then 6? What this will tell me, okay, is my movement between numbers. It's also the reason I said it, it's for the word God. Not only do we have God, but we have G, P, Y. We also have D, M, V. These are the letters that go with the 7th house, the 4th house, and we have FOX that goes with the 6th house.
just one little thing when you're looking at this. I'm going to have to put the light down here so I can see it myself. When I mark in here 777, 444, 666, I did it for each one of these letters. When I come to the first realm, I need to bring everything to level 10. Everything must come to level 10. 7 and 3, 10. 7 and 3, 10. 7 and 3, 10. 4 and 6, 4 and 6, 4 and 6, 6 and 4, 6 and 4, 6 and 4. Then I need to bring it to number 7. So 9 and 7 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Right? But when I bring it to that 7 realm through 9, okay, that 9 value of what made it return to its same domain, okay, also has to be understood that although we're the 9 birth, okay, and we come here on day 6, that the 7 is a representation of what is 6, and the 8 is a representation of what is 6, because onto the birth world through what is our mother, along with our father, with the moons of Luna, and the father moon, the mother and the father moon of Demas and Phobos. We have the 3 moons of the 6th life. We are born under the 7th gate to the heavens of 8, the Queen's heaven. Why are we man 6? Why do they say woman? What is with the male man? Why have we separated all our life between the male and the female to understand the difference? Is the female the divide? And the male, okay, that will enter into the sun? When we put the male and the female together under this guise, we will put the female, and then we will enter in the male. The male and the female. It's either like this or like this or like this. When we draw it on this angle, right? When we draw it on this angle, what you have to look is that we're crossing through a half area space. See that we cross it in half? We cross that one in half. That means this one, okay, can stop directly on this line. Okay, I don't have to have a passing here. When we draw it this way, just give me a second. When I draw it this way, you can see that I'm in the same area space. When being in the same area space, to complete the beginning and the end of one area will surpass the area creating the dollar sign. So this is going to tell me this is the house we're going to live in. Where we live, where the 9 is. The 9. See these 9 numbers? 1 inside 8. I'm going to be back with you. I'm going to check on the cat. The cat wants something. And when communication purrs out to you, meowing, how does it, so funny, does the cat bark or the dog bark get under your skin? Or does the cat meow get under your skin? My furry friend sitting on a plastic bag that she cried to me. I didn't hear what she said, but when she walked and cried, I said, may as well follow the cat. I follow the cat. She stops at the door. I open the door. I close the door right away. She starts to meow. I open the door. She stops. I must be talking to my cat. I must talk cat. How is that possible? How am I able to talk to my cat. What do you want? Are you hungry? And the dog jumps up. How are we communicating? Should I take this for granted? Any of this? I think not. And we started this conversation talking about the cat. Remember, the cat is C3A1 and 7G. Oh, so I made a mistake. I said 712 before. It's not. It's 713, the cat. That's very interesting. I'll explain. That's very interesting. 713. 713. Because when it's the 7, the G is all of a sudden going to be with the cat. The G letter in Hebrew and in Greek, it is the, I forget what letter it is, but it's Gimel, and it's, I forget what it was, but very important. 7 times 13 equals to 91, right? 7 by 13. 7 by 31, okay, equals to 217. Now, does it mean anything that there's 21 dots on a cube and all the reverses are 7? Maybe not. How about that there's 7 months of 31 days, and that the 3 and 1 that comes together actually equals to a 4? That when you put all these numbers together, the reality of our star system of 7 and 3 is 1 and 9, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 8 and 2, 10. That the 1 and 3, 13 is 7 and 6, 13, and 9 and 4, 13, and 5 and 8, 13. All 13s, 1 and 3 back to 4. Their bottom side is 4 and 3, 7, 6 and 1, 7, 5 and 2, 7. We now come back to the 713 numeric value of the cat. Okay? The numeric value of the cat, the number 91, is spirit. When you add up 1 through 9, it equals to 45. 45 is fox. Fox, 45. 666, the same number as the cat. It is the division between the heaven's gate, between Jack, your birth, and Jack is number 7. It's number 52-7. Earth, sorry, it's 25. Okay, is 52-7. Mars is 51-6. Puck is 51-6. When you go ahead and just give me a second, I need to see where I'm going with this piece. So we need to run, like I mentioned, inside 7, 1, and 3, and 1 and 3 is 4. We run this cycle right over here. 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, 1 month of February, 28 days. Although there's 28 days in every single month, let me check out these comments, make sure that I see the comments, respond to the comments, and keep online. 1 through 9 equals to 45. The average is 5. Right. And then when you get to 10, we add on the 10. Oh boy, I lost. What about numbers is helping you to understand? Is it to know about God? I talk to animals way better than people. Well, this is what I want to know is, what is the word God? What is the definition? A lot of people give you different definitions. When I look at the understanding of this definition, I see it a little bit different. I'm going to take a look at the letters that are used, where they're used in other words, and okay. I'm going to think of what I thought about a long time ago, gates of the Omega divide, and that is what God is. And when you look up the word Jesus Christ, it's power and energy, right? It's matter and energy. Matter, energy, power. Inside the word are certain letters. I'm not going to mention everything right now. It's going to serve no purpose, right? But the end result is like this, is that for me, once I see I've arrived at a point that I noticed that there's stories that are being told are exactly as I'm sharing them. Okay, and I share them to note that it had to, for this story to be viable and have any viability, it had to begin before the creation of these cubes. It had to begin before the calculator was created. I want to know how far back these cubes, before the universal joint was created, also to understand a little bit about Rubik's Cube. To note that Saturn square, okay, Saturn square, or any other of the square numbers, or any of the number sequences, whatever they have a relationship to, you needed a quantum computer to create this. And within the games, just regular items, including the alphabet, including geometric shapes, okay, and the angles we use. Just all these things are telling me that it took quantum computers to put this entire planet together, from the moon and the sun and everything else. It was thousands of years ago. Computers didn't exist for our knowledge thousands of years ago. I like to say that, let me put this backwards and say we've all been retrograded. We were put into the system as it began. We were already in the future. They started us, you know what it is? Oh, look, there's a book on the shelf. I'll take the book off the shelf and read it. The book was written and read 100 times already, but somebody just went back to the beginning of the book. The thing is, we have a semi-partial, what they call free will, right? You have free will for the system you were built into. We only can live here because it was made for us to live here. Otherwise, could we exist? Seriously, seriously. If you want to look at this as the Big Bang, I'm going to debunk you by the understanding of the ABC. I'm going to debunk you because of the colors, because there are words. I am going to debunk you, okay, because there are numbers. I will debunk you because I will use systems that existed thousands of years ago, going back to the Mayans where it was a dot and a dash, back to Morse code. And I've never learned about 90% of what I tell you. I tell you what they've done, what is missing from their action. And from what is missing from their action and balancing over time all the equations, making every equation or every part of the equation fair unto the other part of the equation, it will explain itself in a story-like manner, okay, what has happened over time and in this situation and where it belongs in the future. If this is a life that is continuous and English happened to be first by some chance, okay, by some chance, there's a lot of English in the world. By some chance, I live in a place where French and English, okay, use the same alphabet. By some chance, they even say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, except the French say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the Spanish say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just because of the sound, I already know the direction they're going, because that sound can be replicated in 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I can sing it, I can understand or see from those who know the notes, we can understand those vibrations. We note that the vibrations and piano notes or musical notes use lines, right? They also have 88 piano keys, where there's no key between B and C, and there's no key between E and F. So we have B and F coming together. We have B and F, 2 and 6, right? It can also be the queen. It can also be the dog. It can also be the soul within the game of the dog. How so? The dog, number 26. 2 and 6 is 8. It is the queen. The dog, I forget, but I'm going to have to remember. Why is the dog the soul, number 26. I'm going to get that. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to try and remember it. But I can tell you the reverse of 26 is 51. There is nothing more than 6 other than adding on to what is in order for 6 to function. In order for 6 to function, you have to add on, okay? That when we come out of the womb of our creator, the mother, through the alpha alpha, okay? Through the alpha alpha, who owns the fabrication? Who owns the fabrication? I took 2 items, okay? And these 2 items that I took, the needle, so just give me a second here. Let me write this down. The one ship that holds all the passengers, right? In order for the brevet to come in, the brevet had to come in. I've got a pen. I need to put ink in it. Who created this whole thing? What's the holder? How am I writing? I'm not sure if I'm explaining this properly, but the holder, the builder, created from the elements, the egg and the sperm. The same person created the egg and the sperm. The same creators created the egg and the sperm. One is the holder of one, the other is the holder of the other. The woman becomes the vessel that brings in the child. Without the sun, without Mars, without the earth moon, there is no child. Humans alone are not actually creating through the game. Through game concept, we always have to remember part of the game is to see whether or not what I just said can apply, if it's possible. Well, if I'm making something for the machine I made, then I have to make the pieces and parts that go with the machine so the machine can function. Therefore, the elements of this and this, these numbers, 3 by 19 is the moon. 71 is your gateway pass to the 7th and 8th heaven. 7 and 8. 7 and 8. We're going to be going over that 7 and 8, right? And I already wrote this down. Very important, 7 and 8. And it's 15. It's the pH and it's the GH. You know, the laugh or the graph comes together in the F house. I'm going to have to check out these messages. I'm going to look at the messages. You see, sometimes I get on a roll, and when I stop talking, I either forget where I'm at. Let me see this. Wow, I don't know why. I need to know why, right? That the YouTube part doesn't want to let my, everything just stay up. Okay, let me see who's on with me over here. So it says Paul is here. How you doing, Paul? How you doing, Cinex? Charlie, Elamia, how you got to be? And hey, it's Marjo. Everybody says they're here. Okay, great. I'm going to look back if there were any questions. Angels in Carnival. Carnival, yes, in Carnival. I'm just trying to look. Carnival. Cannibal, carnival. Yes, it's like, going around with those horses. The zodiac is like the carnival. It turns one way and then it turns the other way, right? I followed for many moons. I can keep up. I watch on YouTube too. Merci beaucoup, Charlie. Thank you very much. Not easy digestible like burger and fries. like the burger and the fry, right? Burger and fry. That's funny because that's 2 and 6. The beginning, the letter B, and the fry, right? So the burger would be, is the burger saying the meat is the burger? Is the bun part of the burger? Or does burger mean the bun and the meat and then the add-ons? So I have to take mustard and relish and ketchup, all these as add-ons, but they're normal add-ons that would come with the machine is usually the mustard inside the hamburger. And a lot of times the hot dog would come with the ketchup, right? Because that's the way it is. We have to take things in this world. Let me just see. With respect, your words run ahead faster than your communication ability. Let me tell you one thing, Charlie. You couldn't have said it any better than that. That is why I like questions, because when there's questions, I can stay on one subject. Otherwise, I am a freight train with no brakes going down the hill. That's exactly what I am, and I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. You know what I'm saying? I really do know it. I know it. I'm just going through all the questions from the beginning. I'm going back. So if we're going a little slow right now, okay, I think I went back to the beginning. I'm going to come back in. There were 14 new. Let me go over this. Merry-go-round up and down. I heard it was a translocational transcendental matrix. I'd have to look that up. Now, when I see the word trans, okay, transformation, transdimensional dime, okay, dime, when you have the word dime inside a word for myself, in the word is also men, matter, energy. It's a division of the alphabet at 13.5. It's going to meet the division of the sun. When you have S and I, you're going to be talking about the vibration that pulls between the birth and the moon cycle. Ninth letter for I. The S is the 19th letter. 9 and 18 is 9 and 19. Sorry, is 28. The cycle of our moon. And the trends that when you descend from 28, which is one part of the star, 4 times 2 is the 8. That's the beta world. That's I think your full. I don't know if it's a full transfer, but it's the 4th world of what makes up what Venus is. So that would probably be, is that the life, right? It talks about Neptune 8 and its headquarters. All 8s are part of headquarters, right? Game headquarters, 2 and 8, cycle of the moon. How can we forget that? Let's go by 28, right? And it's going to be 2 cubes because there's 14 around the band of each cube. But in reality, if you had to spin the cube, it's 14 around the band here. It's 14 around the band here. How many bands? Band on the run. Let me get my dice cube. I have 1 dice cube here. And where's my other dice cube? Maybe in the kitchen. Give me a second. You want more? Yeah? You want more? Okay, I'm going to give you more. Hold on a second. My cat wants a little bit more food, so just give me a second. Okay, I went to warm up the kettle. Oh, and I forgot my dice. Before I get on with number 8 and these dice, I'm going to just answer a question. If we can see that this world we live has been pre-created and we're going down a blind path, right? Not understanding that you have chosen everything you have ever done. Everything. Don't put this on anybody's back for everything you've done, whether you have what you call good luck, whether you have bad luck, the situation you put yourself in. Can it be understood? You know, we go to card readers and all this. Can it be understood? It's a star system we live in. Energies are passed off from one part of the constellation to another part of the constellation. Okay? And I understand it that we're living within, okay, the constellation at what point or another. And pending what time you're born, etc., and where the constellation is how your energies or your information is passing off between the star system. What I've noticed over 35 or 40 years is the cat, okay, doesn't really like to go in the water, and the cat doesn't really want to go for the long drive. Now, I'm not saying all the cats, right? Because Catman do. So what happens with this is it's telling me, oh my God, the dog loves to jump in the car more. The cat will go inspect the car, you know, a stray cat. But the dog, oh, give me a drive, let me stick my head out. The dog is the soul. Sticks his head out the window or sticks the head out the window, right? And let me go for this big drive, not the cat. Cat lands on its feet, right? Because when you think, right, you land one way, you don't land upside down, right? In your thinking. The cat is number 6, the dog is number 8. We're divided by the 7th gate. So if we can understand and learn that the Lord is within our knowledge, that we, you and me, when we go to church, we're more powerful when we're together because it's you and me. That's why we're more powerful. He said, she said, who said what? But if you do this and if you do that, no. I know if I drive down this way and you go that way, you have your lane, I have my lane. Basic rules, don't get in anybody's way. Don't make choices for somebody else. We were born with an inept understanding of certain things, what we should do, what was right and wrong. But there are other things that we're mixed up on, that we were swayed. Like the 91st day of the year. The fish, also known as poisson, could be Pisces. Number 12. Number 12 is 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 2 equals to your creation. Therefore, your creation is base 3 of 11. 11. 29 is your first 11, 92. The 29th day of February was the leap year. When we had the 29th day of February, April 1st was now the 92nd day. September 29th was the 273rd day. And on the 4th day, the day of creation, the 277th day, cometh the 278th day, October 3rd, October 4th. JCJD, coming of the birth of 3663 creation, the home king. I'm going to explain to you why. I think I went a little overboard on this. We're going to go back to April 1st and the fish and Pisces. Is that on April 1st, 3 years in a row, April 1st is the 91st day. Cat for communication, spirit. On the 91st day is when you add up 1 through 13, it equals to 91. 4 times 91, 4 suits, equals to 364. But when you add up, okay, only 3 suits it equals to 273. It becomes September 29th. It is a 929 birth in every single year. It is the 272nd day. Okay? It is the 272nd day in years that are not a leap year. 27, 72, win a big red sun, angel. 39. 3 by 9 is 27. And then we're going to go 8 by 9 equals to 72. 8 and 9. Now, there's a story being built here, and I think I'm jumping a little bit ahead of the game. So I'm going to go and retract. If you can remember, I'm going to look at what you said to put me back on track. We are in a transcendental, I couldn't say or understand exactly, but TT, right? TT, that's a gateway right away. And TR, right? Right away with the RA coming in, both of them. So we're in a sun system. Oh yeah, TRNS. Oh yes, between the S. Okay, now what the S does is it's the E world create, right? It's the E world create. Trying to figure out which way this S goes. But I'm going to show you why. Not because we have the dollar sign, and the dollar sign is on the D, right? The fourth number on the keyboard. I think I drew this out just a little bit longer. Right here. This is the base. I don't know how to come across more than please ask me questions, please. There's 59 new messages. Let me take a look. Let me see what's going on YouTube here. Is there any way to help use numbers? You know what? So that's going to be something in my opinion. Yeah, dog here is dog man. So we're the dog men, I think, right? I think we're the dog men. And we're being, I don't even want to get into it. My head is not there right now. If I go into that, I'm going to start reprogressing because that would be something new for me. Sorry about that right now, okay? And of course, there's a way to use these numbers, but we are so far behind. We are so far behind. And there are some good numerologists out there explaining the basics, right? Explaining the basics, but right now we're being corralled, right? Even though we can make certain, we've been corralled to being sometimes more like the cat who just wants to stay here, or being like the dog and moving anywhere in the world. Like we see other people, we have so many choices, you know, there's just so much going on. So I know for myself, being a Libra, what it's like. You see, it's moving amongst the stars. So if they're shifting, if this is a controlled zodiac system, and it seems to be, because it runs along the lines of Rubik's Cube, it runs along the lines of the calculator, it can be calculated in a pair of dice, in where you play games, whether it's Monopoly or backgammon or craps at the casino. Do you want to see what these can do, these dice cubes? Do you want to see what these can say? Do you know that every single corner has 3 areas? In Rubik's Cube, right? It had 3 areas. Multiply the corner by 3. Should you multiply this one by 3, this one by 3, or this one by 3? Or just multiply the corner by 3? But which corner is it? The 9, the 7, the 1, or the 3? Is it 9, 27, 21, or 3? If it's something on the inside, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Here, here, here. Look how many. There's 2. Look. There's 2 spots here and 2 spots here on 6 sides. There's 4 times 6, 24 double areas that double over each other. Do you follow what I'm saying? General Electric. Yes, absolutely. General Electric company. Electric is 75 and General is oh, look, and in General it starts with 57. So right away it's connected to the moon, the GE moon. Okay, and why does it say it's a neural moon? Look at that word neural. Okay, I'm looking at my other comment, right? And it says it's a neural moon. So we have a GE matrix, and I think matrix is 85, right? And don't forget, it's a matrix. We get up in the AM, right? But we are born into the half-life, so therefore, are we born in the PM? Well, because in the post-menstrual cycle, right, is that where we're inaugurated, where the sperm meets the egg? Okay, or is it because the moon we have entered into the cycle of the moon that now the door is open for the sperm to meet the egg, so that the godly ingredient, the godly energy that was created for this planet will now take the sperm and the egg and put them together. It could be lingering, that it can happen outside your moon cycle. It's not just that moon cycle, it's your moon cycle. Because by the time when you're born, right, you run on this, and I don't know all the numbers right now, I'm still working on it. It could take up to a year or so, and maybe another 20 years before I know exactly. But I do know, right, that 1 through 12 is a ruler. I do know I can break it up into 12 inches. I do know I can break it up into 24 half parts. I do know, okay, that I can break it up into 0.25. That'll make 8. That'll make 96. That's right. There's 4 parts it'll be 48. There's 4 quarters in one, and a ruler has 12 of them. 12 times 4 is 48 for 12 inches, but that's not good. Because if I'm playing football, I need 36 inches. So if I need 36 inches, and I have 4 times 0.25 equals to 1, if I have 12 inches times 4 equals to 48 equals to 12, then I need 3 times this. So I need 36 times 4 equals to 144 equals to a yard. And then I need 10 times in order to equal to 1440. Is that right? Yes, I need 1440. Let me figure that out. I need 1440 divided by, right? 1440 divided by, is it 36? Equals to 4. So that's right. So when I'm trying to calculate something, I got basketball running with 48 minutes, right? And remember what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out, I got a 12-inch ruler. We're working with items that we were given into this world, okay? We're going to check out, okay, if it's all the items and how we can figure them out mathematically, where they can also be connected, and if it was possible that it was done on purpose. And if it was, okay, if it shows that it was highly done on purpose because of whatever relationship we find out, we're going to see that how far back. If I go back 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years, and this was all, and these were all connected, this, and this is all the same thing. So is the alphabet. So is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then the deck of cards is now all the same. Is it possible they put all these items, hockey, baseball, football, darts, soccer, blackjack, roulette, craps, the game of pool, the game of darts? You think a computer could have put this all together? Because I could. I did. I am. And I'm sharing it with you transparently. If you can help out the channel, check out the front of the page on my either on TiCHeConnectT or on Walkie Talkie. Walkie Talkie, YouTube. Why? Walkie Talkie, right? YouTube. So, yeah. And I just want to show you that we're not alone. There is an end time, and the end time calculated. There's many end times, so I can tell you 100 of them, but I'm going to tell you one of them for and what reason for. Let me get my hot water. Don't go away. Please ask me questions. I'm going to try to do my best. Okay. I have 100 new messages, so let me go through this. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Rourke. 887. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 78 is the gateway to the virtue that our birth comes through alpha, beta, 1 in between 2. The explanation on this cube, this one no longer plays its role. It plays its role here on the top side. Okay? 5 will cut everything in half. 2 will double it all up. Although that's 7, it's going to give you the gateway. Okay, within the realm of Mars, the sun, and the moon. The reason for that is the number 10. Your first wing, right? Your wing, number 10, is one of your wings. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. The top wing and the bottom wing, right? The Tetris pieces tell me what I connect. It'll show me all that I can connect. There's a certain number of pieces. There's a certain number of area space these pieces take up. There's a certain way these pieces have to be flipped and why they can't be flipped the other way. So all these are just giving me directions of what I could and I cannot do and how they create to a quantum computer or how I would build that computer, showing you how that quantum computer was built a million years ago or 500,000 years ago. I'm showing you today how the pieces and parts came together here, where they are, and it goes back 10,000, 100,000, maybe a million years ago. This where we're living right now. We have the capabilities because we understand that we work with USB keys, universal joint, Rubik's Cube. That when we went to school and we said, Mommy, I want to watch Big Bird. I want to see if they have any tweets coming out today. And the mother says, tweets? Wow. Wow, wasn't there a song, Tweet? Who's tweeting? Tweety Bird. Oh, my God. Bugs Bunny. BB. Roadrunner. RR. Roadrunner. Now, you see the Roadrunner, right? He's running the road all the way across. He's not going up, right? You see, when he runs the road, right, you're on the 180-degree plane. Now, when you take a projector out or one of those things to make the circles there, right, when you do it, you're starting on one side. Therefore, once you come the way around, you know where your other halfway point is. You're going to know by measuring the distance where your halfway point is. You're going to be on one side or the other side, right? And you begin over here. The minute you do this or then you do this, you're going to create the letter B. Because when you close in and you open up, you already create that separation. Now you can go all the way around. It's your G point starting. Your 1 and your 10, your A, B, C, D create what is 10. 10 is an association of 4 complete areas. So if we want to take it that way, 10 is only 4. We put the 6 on as it's the 1.5 life, the 1.5 life, okay, of Venus, the double Venus. Bring them in 2 by 2. The double life of Venus, the W, number 23, the split near the time of the 23rd president, Benjamin Harrison. 22 and 24 were the same. 23 and 23, 46. Between the 46th was 45th president and the 47th president. Seems like the same period of time. The operator, the CD operator, the operator of the blue house, of the cold house. There are two triangles. One of the triangles goes into the heart. Now we can say this is the land, or we can say these. Is it 3 lands to 1 river? And the river gets passed on over here. How does the river get passed on? And then passed on. Or is the central pole over here to our star system? 3 and 3. Isn't one of them supposed to be the male, the heir, the female? How would they connect this one and also compared it to this one? Because there's another triangle here. Right? This triangle touches that triangle. This triangle touches that triangle. So there's a 6. See that connection over here? Right? So it's got all these connections. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then this one's connected to do. 4 and 2, 6. And then it's connected to 2 and 2. So this also has to be understood. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to get my hot water in the kitchen. Hey, girl. There's no more. I don't have any more. Okay, I lied. I lied. I got more. I got more. I got more just for you. You know, I should have crushed her a piece of food in there, eh? Okay, I'm coming. That's it. You're done. You're done. Yeah, okay, sorry about that little delay. Okay, this, I'm not sure where to go back. If I should talk about, I have to see where I was. I was talking about that L position, like the Tetris. Now, again, I lost all my information on the YouTube one. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. 2 and 8, Cockney rhyming slang for a right state. 2 and 8, 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 2 and 8. So your first 2, okay, comes back to itself within the birth. The 9th letter is a dividing letter. Okay, if you have, it's a dividing letter, right? If you want to look at the A, you're going to look at the A like this. Okay, the I collapses the wings of the A right to the center. Okay, here's the I. When the I, okay, opens up, it is now the A. They're connected together. The bar runs across each side. When you put the A this way, right? If you put it this way, it's a left angle A, a right angle A. But the I will make 2 of them at the same time. It'll make a split right over here. That will be what the I is. Now, when they say it's a 90-degree angle like that, one of the reasons it's showing you to one side, it's showing you height longer than what is this diameter or width over here. So when it shows this, it's automatically going to tell you 12. It's 9 and it's 3. 9 and 3 on that measuring tape. Where is it? So anyways, so now that you have that 9 and 3, this is where you get angle from. The L shows angle, right? That one angle. Is it 90? Is it 90 because there's only one angle? And if there were 3 angles, right? Wouldn't that make it to be, hold on a second. See, they show it like this, right? Does that mean they call it 90 because of this? Because this, as the 9th letter, is the letter I. Like this, it's the 18th letter, the letter R. Here is only the dividing line between the two. The L is the 12th letter. Although it looks like a D, it's a C. But it will connect to the D in the lower house. Oh, the game of pool taught me about that. I have to understand that in the game of pool, right, there's 8 solids and there's 7 stripes. But everybody gets to go after the 8 ball, right? Everybody gets to go after the 8 ball at the end, right? And it's a solid. So now, where are we in this? M and M. See the house, the ace, 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 3 letters, 3 divisions. ACE, 3 letters, 3 divisions. The star system at 10 is 4, 4, and 4, right? Okay, the star system at 10 is 4, 4, and 4. I'm going to see if I can get on tact with this, right? Because don't forget, it's not a flat. It's here, okay, and it's here, and it's here. And then there's the bottom. There's always 4 sides. And at the same time, every side, all 4 sides, always touch. I touch you, okay, and you. I touch both of you. And I touch the floor. And you both touch the floor, and you touch you, and you touch you, and you touch me, and I touch you with that you touch, and we're all touching each other. So 4, everybody touches. And that becomes the half-life. That becomes the half-life, right? Now imagine this. I shadow myself, okay? Listen, I just said 4 and 4 equals to 6. Remember that. A lot of equations going on. A lot of equations. I also just mentioned to you something else. The R letter. You remember I just told you? The ace. Spreading the legs of the ace. We have to understand, we're just going to talk about the ace for now. I spread the ace. If the ace, okay, started in a dead center, okay, is this a dead center, or do we have separation on this? Okay, this is not where the ace starts from. The ace starts from 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, 4 corners. Otherwise, it's a flathead ace, or it crosses over and X marks a spot. I'll explain that to you after. What I'm going to show you over here is where the ace, okay, goes into 1 world, 2 worlds, and within it creates a lower world. Over here, that's between the 2 worlds. Where the I, 90, or the letter I, shows you where the split is, and you can see the hexagon split. You're going to have a cat communication over here. You're also going to have another split over here, connecting within the world and connecting before it ever gets to the world. What's incoming, they have a say before it comes in over here. There's a whole mix-up between, they each have like an auger system within them. Do you follow what I'm saying? This one comes down, intercepted over here. Although it goes great through here, it's already receiving the package. The package can be replicated. Without taking anything away from the package, it can be replicated. And then through the 2 feeder systems, okay, it can then feed into you. The I letter, the crossing over here is the 18th letter, and here's the letter R. The letter R, the letter R. You come into the world as the baby, okay, but you're the residency angel. When you're awake, you get a separation, right? You get a separation between the 2 worlds, the double Ds or the triple Ds, your creation. But your creation between the D world and the C world, because you're amongst 2 worlds. That's why you're in the C world, A, B, C world, right? So the 18th letter and the 18th letter, 3 by 6, 18, 2 by 9, 18, because there are 3 6s that brought you into this world. Although you are born of 2 worlds, you are one born of 2 worlds, living with those 2 worlds, creating your singular life of Luna within these worlds. I have just a little bit left, and that's going to be it. Oh no, that was it. That was it. No, that was it. That was it. Okay, I don't have anything for her. I spilled on the floor. Who wants to buy a coffee for my poor cat? She wants more num-nums. She's electrifying right now. Say hello to everybody. Apparently, she was supposed to be the fourth zodiac sign. 10-4, channel 19. Breaker, you got your ears on? I heard them rabbits are out there, but they decided to make it the cat. They decided to make it the cat. Look at my nose. If I split this one nose in half, the distance between 3 and 4 is 1. But the halfway point is half. When you split just one item in half, you become the E world. You see, I still get two areas over here, and I split it in half. If I split time in half, and I did part of this yesterday, that if I split time in half, I will get 50 or 30. 50 of 100, 30 of 60. But I want to finish 2 items I started earlier before and have some questions. And there's 140 new messages. I'd like to check them out. Give me a second. When I was talking of this, 7, 4, and 6, which is the word God, gates of the Omega divide, the family of G, which is the 7th letter, okay, will be P as the 16th letter. 1 and 6 is 7, and will be Y, the 25th letter. The 6th letter is F. The 15th letter, 1 and 5 is 6, is O. The 24th letter, 2 and 4 is 6, is X. My cat is also number 6, number 24. It is the partition of the 7th gate. It is 2 times 4. 2 plus 4 equals to 6 and 8. Now, when we get to DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, maybe my brain, right? I get 444. The 13th letter, M13, M1000. 3 and 4 equals to 12 and 7 equals to 1905. It will take me to the E world, connecting the birth with the moon in the house of Bait under the scripture of the divided sun, or the shared sun, or the mirrored sun. Number 13. Like number 7, it has its place in the pie. We only get to see the dots and the dashes. We get to see the alphabet in the order of the dot and the dash, of how the dot and the dashes and angles created these characters we call the alphabet. And with every single letter has a position. To the young child learning on level 1, where A is 1 and B is 2 and C is 3. That these letters and numbers are words. Words are colors. Numbers are words. And I am telling you the story. And I use relationships of angles like I use the letter R. When you go to sleep, you have 90 minutes for REM. What does it mean? Well, let's look what's going on with number 90. Number 90 is splitting the two worlds of 18 and 18, 360. Your value of 90 is being 1/4. 3 worlds. Your value it is also 1/3, 1/4, and 1/3. So therefore, if you're 1/4 and 1/3, you're 3/4 and 2/3. What's there? What's not there? We need to know everything. Tell me, fill me it out. You're coming here to the, tell me I need to know everything, You know everything. So we went to God. So what happened in the word, GPD, I lost myself for a minute, right? Is that the M letter is the 13th letter. I learned the star system math, okay? And you want to know if the star system math works? I'm going to show you what I learned. You tell me if it works, okay? We're going to go with the 6 and the 8. One of the things about the 6 and the 8, I'm going to use it on 1 dice. And then I'm going to show you on 2. On the 1 dice, remember, it's the skull and bones. It's a skeleton. You see something and you have to put it into its equation, into a formation. How do I put it into a formation? The calculator shows me it's in the heart of all 9. If it's in the heart of all 9, there are 8 that surround it. 1 and 8 equals to 9. Wow. Lo and behold, I'm going to show you the pictures as they go. This is what happens when 1 connects to 8 equals to 9. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look at number 2. And we're going to hold up this. And we see there's 9. It means 2 and 7 equals to 9. 2 and 7 equals to 9. Then what we're going to do is we're going to find out, look, 3. And there's 9. 3 and 6 equals to 9. And here's the result. Here is the result. 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. Now the thing about the 4 and 5, okay, is the 4 and 5 number live inside the 3 and 6. Now there's a few equations. I can create this to be the complete outside, but it's the inside. So if inside your 3 and 6 creation is your 9, is inside. And inside of this is 18. You have the 4 and 5, 9, the 6 and 3, 9, 7 and 2, 9. And then inside of here is number 27. Lives inside of here, the house of bait, in the heavens of the divided sun. It creates this. Each one of these are 9. You created 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 9. When you create Okay, let's catch up. Now, we had 9 over here, and we did the opposite. The mirror of 9 was 11. When I create 11, I do not use the number 1. I start at 2. When I create the number 9, I do not use the number 9. I don't use 9 over here. I don't use 1 over here. 9 and 1 are 19 is going to be a number that goes in the birth of the divided son. 19 times 3 equals to 57, and that is the same numeric value for the word Heinz, the word birth, B-I-R-T-H, and not B-E-A-R-T-H. It is also going to be a reverse word, okay, a reverse 4-letter word of 51 that will equate to the word Mars. Inside of what is 57 Heinz, remember, is the number 6. Now, I'm also going to show you that over here, 1 and 5, 6, 6 and 2, 8, 2 and 4, 6, 5 and 3, 8, 3 and 3, 6, 4 and 4, 8. But wait a second. Four and 4, 8. 3 and 3, 6. Two and 4, 6. 5 and 3, 8. Right? And then you have 1 and 5, Mars, passage of 2, 3, 4, gateway, area 51, Levi's jeans, 26. Now, the thing about this is when you look at it, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, star math, 6 and 5, 11, 1 and 1 is 2. The reverse is 6 and 2. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2 equals to 2. 2 and 4, reverse 5 and 3, 5 and 2, 7, 3 and 4, 7. Right? Here is 8, here is 6. 2 and 4, 6 to what is 8? You multiply it and add it, you get the 14. 1 and 4, 5. In between 1 and 4 is 2 and 3. The reverse of that is this mathematical equation here. 8 and 15, 23, 2 and 3, 5. Or 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 will equal to 42 and 13. Over here we have 6 and 9, your rotation of 33. The 3 little pigs coming into Christ. 15, 1 and 5, 6 to what is 2 and 4, 6. The O and the X in the F house, the house of the fox. 33 and 44, 6 and 8. 6 and 8, your double mirror creation. Okay, I have to look at all these messages, and let me just go through these messages now. I'm going to come back. So, okay, there's no more messages on YouTube. That's okay. Let me catch up over here. Location important to a cat. Yes, they seek energy they feel comfortable with. That's why, I mean, for me, it's still part of the communication, the passing of the 7th gate, right? Where 6 and 8, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Not only that, number 5 and number 9, okay, have a gateway, have a heart gateway within them. And that heart gateway, that what they have is that the 5, right? The 5, on these 9 areas, it's 5 and 4, right? And on these 4 areas, it's 4 and 5, right? In this area where it's 4 and 5, it lives with 3 and 6. The female and the male live within each other, right? Within this area, okay, 5 and 4, it lives at the 7th gate of Venus. So it lives between the gateway of 6 and 8. So it's telling me the heart of our creation in the E-world, right? That's the female, okay, lives within the house of creation. 3 and 6 for the male, right? The 3 parts of the male house broken up, making a collective of 2 parts. We make a collective of 2 parts, creating the 3rd part. The male, I think, gets the 3-part. The female gets the 2-part. If you're following, if you understand, please ask me questions. Let me catch up. 1 and 2, okay, is that your basic creation. You only play this at 3. So that means you don't play this. You're going to play what the void is, the 7 and the 8. 7 and 8 is 15. 7 times 8 is 56. You're going to go in rotation of 71. And time moves in rotation of 71. The wolf of the vibration, the wolf, the vibration, wolf and flow. Reason is 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7, equals to 8. 8 by 7 equals to 56. 7 plus 8 equals to 15, plus 56 equals to 71, or minus equals to 41. So with the minus, it can tell me many, many, many things, right? Because I have 41, ways to get to 41 is 6 times 5, 6 plus 5 equals to 11, equals to 30, equals to 41, or through the gateway cat, which is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, equals to what is 8, equals to 6, 8 and 6 equals to 14, right? So we get to 14 or 41. It doesn't matter which way we go. This is what's going to happen with 4 and 1. I have 2 and 3 in between. What's not in between? Well, we have to, when we do the numbers, you have to run all the numbers. If I have 4, 1, then I'm going to ask myself this question. Am I going to have 4, 2 and 3 in between 1? Am I going to go 4, 5, 1? How am I going to repeat the sequence of 4 and 1? Irrelevant to the fact. Okay, I don't want to get into that. I just want to say that when I get the number 71, and I'm going to show you it, number 71, 7 times 1, 7 plus 1 is going to equal to 7 and 8. 7 times 8, 7 plus 8, 56 and 15. The word wolf is 56. The word 3 is 56. It's 2 28s to equal to 56. It's 1 28 and 1 28 equals to 56. It also, when you add up 28 and 28 to a single-digit Pythagorean count where each position is the 10th position because you occupy 2 area spaces, 1 and 2 equals to 3 with the 2 binary codes, meaning when you have just 2 numbers, just 0 and 0, just because you occupy that area space, it's going to tell me it's in the 10 position. It's in the 1 position, okay, and the 2 position, equaling binary 3, right? 1 and 2, which equals to that base creation of 3, 1 between 2. Since you have 2 and you're using up 2 areas, in these 2 areas, you can put 9 numbers. If you are working based on time, okay, when you're working in time, okay, you can put 9 if it's 9 p.m. during the day and 09, okay? But 9 only goes in the alpha position, which means that I can put 9 hours, right? I can't put 29 hours, and I can put 9 minutes. So I can put it in the 1st and the 4th position, but I can't put, I can put it in the, where am I again? Right over here. Where is it? Here. See, I can't put it here and I can't put it here. The only 2 places those numbers fit. 7, 8, 9, okay? 6, 7, 8, 9, here and here, they don't go. Just give me a second. It can't go here. It could go here. It can't go here. And it could go here. So Well, I keep making this little error, so just give me a minute, okay? Hold on a second. 1 through 6, and then we have 1 through 9. Then we have, okay, so it's like this. First, we can count, like if we're going 24 hours a day, I can't go higher than 2. I can't go higher than where the 24 is. I could go higher. In fact, I can go to the 19th hour, right? I can go to the 20th hour. Anyways, in time, we're not allowed to do certain things. Give me my tea. Let me go through these comments. I was just showing you the 10 area. We are in star system 10. Okay, so let me get through these 100 messages here. I like that. I absolutely like that, Paul. I am short-sighted and can only see a blur in the air. Let me go through some of the messages. I have 100 likes here. D dollar and the @ sign Tetris. Yes, absolutely, the Tetris pieces. Very catchy game. Is that Tetris? Sorry that I'm a little bit behind. 9 points per face. Yes, 9 points per face. We can also use something a little bit different. There's other things, realities we can look at with that. But if you're a builder, you would know more. Someone who builds and understands, but it all depends on how many bends can you actually make, right? How many bends can you actually make? And is it possible to really have a circle? And how was the circle created? Because depending on how the circle was measured to be created, the basis of before you create that circle is what went in here before it went down there, because the first directive is from up here. So when the alphabet comes out, right, and the position of the alphabet is designated to those letters, it's how that letter came to create from here. That's where you're going to start your alphabet. Your alphabet didn't start on everything you did see. It was your pre-creation that creates your alphabet. You are the guiding light. Therefore, if you split everything, you still have light on both sides, right? 5-4 configuration with phase 5. 5-4-4-5, it is the sun. It is the woman anatomy, okay? It is also to do with the Fox passageway in headquarters area 51, where all the numbers are raveled, and that is one of the things. If you saw a little change in time, then you will see that Nevada has picked up a few extra sports teams because there's a lot more numbers to pass through. This is the time where you are seeing lots and lots of numbers. Like I said, 7 and 8 comes from your base creation. I don't want to forget about that. Your 7 and 8 comes from your base creation. It creates your 3-6, right? So this is where your 7 and your 8 comes out. And then when you get that, like I said, it becomes 71. And I said 71 is a guidance of Q, right? Now, the first thing about 71 is the reverse is 17. 3 by 17 is now we have 51. What's inside of 51? 2, 3, and 4. Inside of 51. That is your vibration. The reverse of 51 is 62. But let me not get too far off that the word wolf is 56. The word lamb is 28. The wolf is 56, right? So we have a total of 84. The thing is, our moon, right, runs on a 28-day cycle. The word man is also 28, and the word air, A-I-R, is also 28. And it's ironic that the split sun, the A, that's split by the R, that lives in the heavens domain, the split area, the H, that is the boundaries. It's not one H. It's an H here to an H here to an H here, to an F here to an F here to an F here. Your feet are in one area when you're awake. They're spread out like the sun on both sides. except now you have the body crossing in between one of your triangles. Down by the sex and then one by the head. See, by the shoulders down to the sex, right? And then up to the hips, over the head. The R letter, the H letter, the AIR letter, right here, connecting the three systems. Ironic that we move this way. 7 times 3, 21, our creation, our base creation. That's where the chicken comes in. 3 and 7, the yellow foot, not the duck, which is the orange foot. See this up and down? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 7 minus 3, 4 minus 3, 8 minus 3, 5 minus 3, 9 minus 3, 6 minus 3. 9 and 3 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 8 and 3, 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 7 and 3, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. Remember I said we need to bring everything back to this because 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 3 by 7 is 21, 2 and 1 is 3. 3 by 2 is 6, F. 3 by 5 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, F, O. 3 by 8 is 24, 2 and 4 is X, Fox 45, 24 is 6, 45. Over here, it was 33 and 3, 36, you're 33 and 3. All of this, 7 4 months, the 7 months, the 4 month, the 1 month. The 3 by 3 is 9, everything fits here. The 3 by 6, 18, everything fits here. When we divide the 1 by 3, it's 0.33, therefore life cannot be created. When I divide 2 by 3, it equals to 0.666, therefore the 0 of life is created. 3 divided by 3 is 1. We now create a central moon, 2/3 and 1/3. The 1/3 is going to be the electric moon, the rotation of the electric moon. 2/3 is going to run into the sun. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 will equal 6 and 5, 11. Begin at 11 and split the sun. The IT system of the suns, the house of Venus, 2 4 6 8. Who do we appreciate? 2 by 2. Let's get on the ark. Let's get on the ark. Tweet, tweet, sugar, sugar, honey, honey, yes, 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 yes. Good evening. Good evening. BJ and the bear. So when you have a bear, the bear is going to be, okay, now the bare minimum, bear it all, so this is what it is with the bear. Keep your motor running. Get up on the highway. They have the Cummins And they have the cat when you're driving your big truck, the 18-wheeler, the 13 speed. So I talked about the wolf and the lamb, and now I'm getting a little weary about Red Riding Hood. You know, the red dress in the Matrix, right? The red dress in the Matrix. Lamb is number 28. The moon cycle is 28. Wolf is 56. Mars is number 51. But Mars has moons. 2 of them. Phobos and Deimos. As our moon travels 28 days, we must count 28 days for all the moons of travel. Therefore, the moons of Mars will get 28 and 28 equaling to 56. When we have the 128, it will equal to 1/3, and when we have the 56, it equals to 2/3. When we have the 1/3, we're going to count it as 13, and we are going to move up to the electric moon. I move up to the electric moon because moon is number 57 and electric is 75. I move up to the electric moon because 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is going to equal to 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 will equal to 12 and 7, equaling to 19. And then 3 by 19 equals to what is 57. Now, when I come up to there, when I brought 1 and 2 together, that was your base creation when your 7 and your 8 comes into the 12. 12 is an addition of 6 and 6. That 6 and 6 is going to come from 33 and 44. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is going to equal to 9 and 6, equals to 15. I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing this. Just give me 1 second. Yes, 4 times 4 equals to 16, and 8 equals to 24. See these numbers that I just used? 33 and 44. One creates 15, 6. The other creates a 6. They create a gateway amongst these two numbers. This one, okay, is 1.5 times. This one is 1/3 and 2/3. This is 3/3, right? This will be the game of hockey over here. This one's going to work in quarters. Number 1 and 5, right? 2, 3, 4 holds our vibration. We also hold the 3 vibration with this number over here. It comes into the sun system. The 3 times 3, 9 is your birth. The 3 plus 3 is the 6th life you come into at the 7th gate. It's 6 and 1, it's 5 and 2, and it's 4 and 3. It's 6 and 1 when you use the coming of your birth with the 1 lunar moon, Luna. When you come into the E world, number 5, when you come into the E world, okay, you get the 2 moons of Mars. Then when you come into creation through Earth, connection to Mars, okay, equals to the moons, the 3 moons amongst the planets, equaling to your delta creation of the 3 moons. Connecting 7. This is you coming into the world. 4 and 3, 7. And it is noted, okay, that Friday or day 6, right, with the 1 day of rest, where they have 5 days for the week to the 2 days of the weekend, to where now we have 4 and 3, okay? And the 4 and 3 works a little bit different, right? The 4 and 3 works where it's the 4th day of 3 days and 1 day of 3 days, marking that what is the 4th day is the 1 day separating the 3 and 3 days. Where it becomes the 4th day in between and overlapping coming from both sides, it becomes the 8th day of the week. They connect on that day. On the 4th day of the week, there is a cross connect somewhere. The 88 constellations, whatever you want to call them, or the moving zodiac signs, are all moving in a certain fashion that can be easily marked out from this calculator. It shows me that on the 4th marking, 3rd and 4th marking, that there's a changeover or a start over. There's a start over on the 4th marking, meaning 1, 4, 7, 10, 1 plus 1, 4, 7. Okay, the next number is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. I flipped it over to the other side. Then I go from 1 here, 10, 13, 16, 19. 19, 1 plus 9 is 10. I flip it over again. Then I go 22, 25, 28. 2 and 8 is 10. I flip it over again. How many times do I flip it over before I've replicated the situation? You must go 36 numbers, ending on 7, flipping it over 1, 10, 19, 28. You reach 34, but you don't go to 37. And that's your replica that I'm going to show you on the floor, how these 3 strands come together and connect in the 36 numbers, or 360 degrees, or like I mentioned, where one of the reasons for 36 is because these 3 come together and you create your 9 formation right here. Everything starts from 3 on. The mirror of 3 is 4. There's only one full separation, equaling that when you divide it in half, it becomes the halfway point. Half is an equivalent of what is 3 parts, okay? Half is also noted to be using the number 5 for half. If I split this nose in half, I still get one full area, but it still becomes the EA worlds. Why? Because I got half, but I got a whole of 1 that was divided. Right? Another thing is the word wolf, okay? The word wolf is 56. That's 2 earth moons. The lamb and the wolf, it seems like the lamb, because it's 1, in between 2, it seems like the lamb is controlling the wolf somehow. We're not connected properly into the system. That's what it seems like. It seems like Little Red Riding Hood. I mean, I think the wolf ran over the Red Riding Hood and put Grandma in the closet just to save her. He knew she was a bad apple. That little old Red Riding Hood was a bad apple. Oh, Granny, eh? We protected that old Granny, I'm telling you. I'm looking at all the Oh, how you doing, Tammy? I just seen you got here. Miss Watkins, how you doing? The 3rd chakra pillar, I'd have to look into that a little bit. Right, either side in the meridian, but the meridian, okay, now on us, it's one thing, right? But the way I see it, because I only work with these squares, is that, first of all, the 90 degree that I explained also goes on for everywhere else, but it's only showing you one part or 1/3 of the first circle or circumference, right? And as high as it must go up, right? It can go as far out as it does. I'm just trying to figure out how the that thing works, right? So yeah, you have the full area over here. Is it 4? Is it 4 areas to come out here? That it's 2 areas on this side and a half, 2 areas this side and a half, right? Right? 2 areas this side and a half, 2 areas this side and a half. Do I have any separation here? Right? And in my design, I created did I create separation over here? See, I had to go down and stop here. So my legs came together, but they didn't come together up here. It wasn't a full formation. I needed to add the cap on it, which shows I can be split in the center over here. Would I be living on this side, or should I have a full separation over here for myself? It all depends on one question. Did I create this using one of these areas, or should I have created it using this formation or this formation? It's a 1x1, a 2x2, a 3x3, a 4x4, a 5x5, a 6x6, a 7x7, and so on and so forth. Each one is only adding on a wing. If I put one square and add a wing on, or what they call the heart system, what I mean by the heart system, I'm going to show you. I start off with one square. I add 3 more squares, but now it's all square. It becomes a 1x1 to a 2x2. Now it becomes a 3x3, from a 1x1 to a 2x2 to a 3x3. To a 4 and to a 5. So I got a 1x1, a 2x2, a 3x3, a 4x4, a 5x5. A 6x6, a 7x7. So do you see what goes on here? So the reality of this, if you really wanted to calculate it, it would look like this. The reason I went to 7 is this goes to 7. The thing about this is only one corner of this entire reality. This is the Monopoly board right here. I'm going to show you the extension of it. This is what the Monopoly game looks like. It's a 6-1-6 setup to the Monopoly board, okay, which is actually a 5-3-5 setup. It's a 5-3-5 setup. And the reason it's a 5-3-5 setup is to cover the area space center over here. I need an extremity over here, which is an 8 area space, which is the same as this calculator. It'll be a 1 dot center and this that's around it. And then each one is its area space. There's 168 plus 1 area spaces on the Monopoly setup. There's 168 hours in the week. It's 168 plus 1. It's 7 times 24, and it's 6 times 28, the cycle of our moon. Remember that Mars has 2 moons, 28 and 28, although moon is 57. Right? It's 28 and 28 because we run by the value of our moon and not their moons because we're here, we're not there. So let's run by our moons, our singular moon. Let me just shut off the heater here. So where was I with this last explanation, and I went over to a lot of explanations, so I want to see if I can move back. So we spoke, yes, we said bare minimum. Now, when we say the word bare, okay, we also have to think perhaps the cupboard is bare. Now, the cupboard, okay, can also be what is a PCU, It can also be or the motherboard. When we say the cupboard is bare, we know that bears like to hibernate in the winter. And if you're going to give me the story, well, not all bears, that doesn't matter. We just need to know a lot of vague realities that go on. It doesn't mean all of them, right? I'm talking about this specific situation because the water is not always on, the water is not always off. If they bear it all, okay, what does it mean to bear it all? And when the bear hibernates, it's only in one season, so let's call it 1/4 closed. We're not going to say 1/3 because there's 4 seasons, so it's 1/4 closed. Therefore, it's 3/4 open, 75 electric. So now we have moon electric. We're going to connect the E world to the 7th gate. It's going to be ET5G TV. Okay, let me go through a rest of these. I just wanted to say welcome to Sin. Welcome, Elamia, number 3351. Cat's hooked on coffee. Well, it's not coffee, it's tea. Cats are awesome. Hey, awesome cat. How you doing? You know, when I pat her, I think I can light up a light bulb. Is that not neat or what? Hey, her hair stands up on me. So let me check out. There's my chat doesn't stay open on YouTube. So let me. I'm still going through some of this. You just got your own done live, Tam. Frogman is a protector. Bare necessity, yes, bare necessity. We're going back to the 150 comments I am behind. 666 carbon. So, carbon. My question is neutron, electron, and proton. Proton, electron, and neutron. Okay. And I have a story for that also. I will tell you it eventually. The 6 house with the letter R, 3 by 6 equals to 18. We need it to be the same in all 3 houses. We transition it somehow through the suns and the moon. 666 cupids. Each 6 is an axis. So I don't know really what that means. I'd have to see it, right? But what I do know, right, 6 times 6 is, right, 6 times 60 equals to 360. But can it just be 4 by 90 equals to 360? But what I understand is that one of the reasons for 6 and 660, which is also a passage through the 8th gate, okay, is because the strongest point in an angle will be the area of 1/3 to where the center is equal to both sides, right? So when you create the 6 points, you are creating strength over the cube. So if we took the cube, right, and created a face on every single cube, you would create 3 faces on every single side. Times 6 sides equals to 18. There's 18 faces to a cube. That if you would take the flat area over here, and cut it into 3, right? You cut this into 3, count this as 3. So, okay, you count this as 3, and then you count all the other sides. So you'd actually have 18. And when you have the 9 dots here and the 9 dots here, you do have 18. So I'm not sure if that has any play in it. The other thing is, if this was Rubik's Cube and it looked like this, it would have 26 cubes. If each cube had 18 sides, 3 per face. If every single cube had 18 sides, right, and we had 26 sides, we'd have 26 by 18. 468. Which is 432 backwards vibration, which is 86,400 backwards a second in a day. We're 8640 times 3 is the Mayan great year of 25,920. So that seems to work out. 26 represents the dog, but the reality is there's 27 times 18 equals to 486. Isn't that unbelievable? Whether there's 26 or 27 cubes of 18, it's going to be 486 or 468. We still get the same vibration. Does anybody know what this is for Rubik's Cube? I'm going to get to that in a minute. Let me go through 666, holy. Yes, it loops. It loops. Yeah, I'm still learning about that. Your Aries and your ruler is Mars. So I'm still studying and learning all this stuff, so I can understand how my number, how the numbers equate in this. I know that Mars is the 4th planet. Does that mean it comes here under the 4th moon? Is that what it is? Under the 4th moon? Are you born under the 4th? Is that what it is? Like I'm a Libra, but they say I'm born under Venus. So what? How does that put Venus where I am? I have to, because I'm born 8:30 in the morning, right? So what happens is Bélier, okay, it doesn't seem right because Bélier is 8 o'clock in the morning, right? But it seems like there's a rotation, and there's a rotation with time and cycles. I don't know what it is yet. I have to learn it. But I know it's going to give me an equation because numbers are numbers. They're just going to talk about each other. You talking about me, number 1? Yes, I am number 8, right? And another thing I wanted to mention from earlier on, okay, is I was talking about 741 because they are the controllers of everything that goes on, right? They're the controllers in creation. They're part of that 3. They all fit right in here into creation. 3 and 4 play opposite of each other. 6 is 1.5, 4. 8 is twice 4. We play over here, 4, 6, and 8. 5, 6, and 7, right? Here, it's 5, 7, and 9, 6, 7, and 8. So let me go back. Yes, it was over here. I didn't finish the explanation with this, right? The explanation with this okay, what happens with this is each one of these, okay, also has a reverse in their own house. The G is going to get the B. BKT goes with number 7. The DMV So what happens over here, right, Oh, we missed one. Sorry. So what we got over here is NEW 555 goes with DMV. That's for the female, the sun, love, Fox passage. We have the Fox with headquarters, 45, 96 in rotation of the sun, right? Fox headquarters. 888, which ends up to be the cat, equals 24 equals 6. 666 equals 18 equals 9 in rotation of your birth. The dog and Mars to what is the cat and Earth, the Fox passage, the 45-degree angle. We must also understand how many 45-degree angles there are, or how many 22.5-degree angles there are. 45 and then 90 and then 135 and then 180, right? We don't have to pass 180 because once we get the 180 plus the, what is it? Hold on, the 180 degrees. Yes, 180 degrees and 180 degrees, they go together, right? And then we get 225 and 135, they go together. And then what we get is the 90, the 45, and the 225. You see when we begin, right? When it begins, the 45, the 90, right? 45, 90, and 225. And we get 360 to each one of them to understand how our 360 degrees moves. Now let me move this up here. I'm not really watching. I'm a little bit behind on explaining. I sometimes get a little carried away. Tap that like button. Tap, tap, tap. Let's get some more people sharing this channel. Whoop. Demon 65, Fovis 57, depending on how it's spelt. So one would be 3, the other would be 2, would be the BC world. But I always find skepticism in how one writes it out. So we'd have to look at it again and again. I see the EI life for an example, right? And again, 4 and 7 come together. Demas and Phobos, 4 and 7 come together. The same thing as angel, right? And demon. So when you have demon, you have BCD. When you have angel, you have ABC, right? So they're telling us our 9 birth was demon, but our ABC life is angel, right? The reason for that is A and D. A is not with D, right? If A is with D, it's either not with B or not with C. That's the only time A is with D. And A is with D is with B, but it's not with B when A is with C with B. It's just the way it is. If you like to ask me questions, let's come up. And if you want to come on and join me, come and join me. If you want to ask me some questions, whoop. I think I caught up to all the... Okay, so let me see what's going on over here. Uh, 4131, when there's a 10 difference in numbers, I always reflect that. That one of the lines perhaps of the star. We already know that when 3 and 4 comes together, we're always, that 3, 4 is going to be a reflection of the male and the female. And I forget where I was before with that situation where we led up to where 1 and 3, right? Where 1 and 3 is going to create 3 and 4, and 3 times 4 creates what is 1 and 2. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1 is 3 and 4. 3 by 4 is 12. 1 and 2 come together in that base creation. So it took 4 by 3 to create 12. And that's going to reflect off the moon. 1 and 9, okay? The 9 shows me that there's a heart, okay, in the middle of 8. The ace letter also can represent the heart. But the ace is going to tell me about two sides. The heart is going to tell me here with a dot or two lines showing me separation or a heaven's plateau above and below, protected above and below, and divided between the bricks. On the bottom, your 180-degree level over here is going to be dreaming at night for 90 minutes. When you take your one pool over here and you drain it into the other two pools, or the pools of Mars that you live with, but all the pools have to mix 30 minutes each, right? Is that what it is? 30 minutes each, mixing time of the pools, 30, 30, 30. But you sort of hallucinate when you're coming in because you're actually leaving and you still have a leftover residue from the 3-day moon mind cycle that we run. We run a 72-hour cycle that we for 3 days, that when we sleep, we retain 3 days of information. On the 4th day, the day prior to the 3rd day will now dissipate. And you'll only have fragments of that reality, but you're instowed with new information. As information goes out, you get cleansed as well through the full moons. The wolf that's screaming, screaming at the full moon is because what I believe somehow that there was a collection of energy, a collection of information that goes on amongst the moons, in between the moons. We don't receive as receivers the full information, so the moon lights up. It lights up, whether the water lights up or whatever else, it's energy, okay, that is collected over the time, and then it's flushed out. When something begins to rise, you only start to see something when it reaches a certain level. Well, that's what happens with that. Too much energy comes out, and the wolves are like, I can't take it, right? So it's not that the moons, they're saying, oh, I can't take it, I can't take it. And we should go to cartoons if we want to understand the wolf, what's going on with the wolf. And they're going to tell a couple of stories. They may show a good wolf sometimes. Regardless to what it is, a story is a story. We have to discuss it. We have to have the discord about it to understand what all the possibilities are. It's being done all the time, right? I'm getting a little bit tired. It's 1:10 in the morning, going to be 1:11, which when we end this video, I will say it as this. If you have any questions, ask me right now. I'm not going to end it yet, but the 71st minute, every 71 minutes is 1 hour and 11 minutes. Every 71 minutes is 1 hour and 11 minutes. So if it's 2 times 71 or 3 times 71, but when we get the 471, it is not like, okay? When we get 4 times 71, it is not like 371. When we get to the 4th element, okay, when we get to the 4th element, it is the ring. 3 elements. Tell me about the pyramid style, 3 by 2 sides, the BC world. Otherwise, it's a 1.5 ring world. Why 1.5 or 2 to 1? Because we have 4 areas around 2 areas. We have 14 dots over 7 dots. Where we have 36, every area, every flat space equals 9. We have 36, and 9 and 9, 18, 54. They'll always see 14 dots. 3 this way, this way. There are 3 ways to see 14 dots. That's 42. The thing is, there are 6 sides. I'm going to do it on 6 sides. So when I do it on 6 sides, it becomes 84. Our rotation of our moon is 84. There are 3 moons that pass. 4 times 21, blackjack, or 3 times 28, you hear the cat? Equaling to 84. 84 is a representation of our birth planet Pluto, noted to be our reverse zodiac sign in Western astrology, is going to be what is Cancer, when it's going to be Sagittarius. If you want to stretch out through the zodiac signs, you're going to connect what is Libra and what is Virgo. At the same time, when you're doing a reverse zodiac count, you're going to take Virgo. So you're going to take Virgo and reach Virgo and go all the way over to Pisces. And you're also going to take Virgo and you're going to go the other way to Aquarius. It connects to both the 12th and the 11th sign, moving 6 signs, right? No, sorry, did I do that right or wrong? No, wait a second. I think we go both the Pisces, right? Yeah, both the Pisces. We have add 1, add 2, add 3, and that'll be 8, 9, 10. Oh no, that's right. 11. We went to Libra. We went over to Scorpio. We went over to Sagittarius. We went over to Capricorn. We went over to Aquarius, and then we go over to Pisces, right? So we did the Pisces. So what we connect when we do that is we connect what is noted to be 6 and 6, okay, with the 12 zodiac sign, equaling to 6 and 3, equaling to male. Although the male is a 6 and 3 as Gemini with Virgo, is that possible? As with inside of that, it lives what is the 4th zodiac sign, Cancer and Gemini. Now, I'm mentioning these because of certain realities in preparation for the future of how numbers fit in between each other. Because as I was speaking earlier on or writing earlier on, Aries and Capricorn, Taurus and Aquarius, Gemini and Pisces come together. Now we will connect 9. We will go either of these, okay, with Scorpio. Either of these and Scorpio. Either of these, okay, Taurus and Aquarius with Libra. I am going to connect Pisces and Gemini. Did I get that right? Whoop, no, I did. Hold on, I made a mistake. I was doing one of 2 equations. I mixed them up. Just 1 second. I want to create the number that fits everything into the same side. I need to create all 9s. So I'm going to take either one of these 2 with Sagittarius. I'm going to take Taurus and Aquarius, and I'm going to put it with Scorpio. I'm going to take Gemini and Pisces, okay, and put it with Libra. After that, okay, I have 4, 5, and 6, the Federation, right over here. 4, 5, and 6, right over here. Cancer, opposite of Virgo, and that's going to be a 10, right? Now I'm going to create 9s. When I create my 9, okay, the void of Aries and Capricorn is Scorpio. The void of Taurus and Aquarius, okay, is going to be Libra. The void of what is Gemini and Pisces is going to be Virgo. Note, I didn't use Sagittarius, and I could not use Sagittarius. Now, if I'm going to use what is 9 on the same side, I'm going to connect Cancer and Leo. And Leo is part of what's in this game. This is the sun inside this game. Somehow this has to do with the sun inside this game. I used Virgo, right? I didn't use these 2. These 2 and this one over here. Sagittarius, these, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to number 11. When we go to House of Bait, number 11, Aries is not in the house, but we will create both Aries and Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, okay, is created by an association of A, B, C, and D. So no matter what, Capricorn is going to bring into the game all of A, B, C, and D with inside of it. Capricorn, okay, is going to go with Libra. Capricorn, okay, is going to go with Scorpio. And Capricorn is going to go with Sagittarius. Within Sagittarius, we have the dividing sun, okay, and we have the connection to the three moons. When it's inside Scorpio, okay, let me see. Sorry, this is when we, where'd we go? When we have Capricorn, okay, here we're going to have the three moons. I don't know why I said that. This is where the moons come in. And it'll be connected to the dividing sun. Scorpio and Aquarius is going to be the hookup, okay, to the three areas, to the heavens of the dividing sun. This is where the birth comes into the heavens of the dividing sun. This will be the heavens connection of the dividing sun. When it comes into Libra, we're going to connect with Mars. We're also going to connect what is the reverse, okay, what is a gateway, okay, within Sagittarius, within your birth. Your birth will pass through the seventh gate of Libra. The reason I say this, and I'm hoping that I explain it properly, is what I did is I eliminated, okay, I eliminated 10, 11, and 12. I made 10, 11, and 12, 1, 2, and 3. Then I connected the numbers like this. We have to connect it the same way as Tetris. We have to create our 7, 3, 10, or 9, 1, 10, or 4, 6, 10, or 8, 2, 10. We can connect our 1, 8, 9, or 7, 2, 9, or 4, 5, 9, or 6, 3, 9. We can connect our 9 to 11, or 3, 8, 11, or 5, 6, 11. 83 is 8, by the way. The IT system is number 29, which is the sun system, 4 times 5, 4 plus 5. It's yellow, number 92. 9 by 2 is 18. It brings in the R letter, so it brings in the plane, part of the plane. 18 is one side of the plane. 18 is the other side of the plane. You are the, although it's 360, you become in between both sides, the I angle. So what multiple of your 9 birth are you? So we become the 180 on a singular plane, the R letter 18 and 18. Then we become the 9 birth. Are we the 45 Fox passage? Which number are we? What is the reason? I have to figure that out. Could be 48 and 3 for the 3 moons. 45, 46, 48. I'm a little bit tired right now, so yeah, so let me see where we are right now. Let me see where we are with this. So when I was creating, like I said, the star 10 system is 19736482. We live in the 9 birth, one side, to the house of Bait on the other side. When I show you this, that's not the only thing. It's all around. We have to make different connections. We know that 1 and 2 creates 3. It's our 3-6 creation, right? This is going to be used as the earth. This is going to be as our life. 3 and 6 comes together in 9. Inside of it, the heart. They also say it's the female goes inside of this. But it could be that they intertwine amongst each other. When you have 4, you have 5 void. When you have 5, you have 4 void. When you have 3, you have 6 void. When you have 6, you have 3 void. Inside of 6 is both 4 and 5. Inside of 6 is the 4 areas of 4, with the ace is inside 5, and the polar to the 6, right? See, the 6 is the only one that comes with that dot. When you want to see shadow dots, you have to turn it on an angle to see the shadows that come within. Not sure if you can see the shadows. I'm not sure if you were supposed to count it. Note that when you see 5 and I turn it to the other side, you still see 5. When you see 3, you see 5. When you see 4, you see 5. When you see 6 and 1, you see 7. There are 2 sides that you will see as 7. There are 4 sides you will see at 5. It'll be 20 and 14, or the letters T and N coming together. The N letter, I think, is the 4th letter, the 4th number in gematria at the 7th gate. And the G letter is, the T letter is number 7. I'm just getting a little tired right now. I had a few things designed. I'm not sure if I can talk about certain things. I was too tired. I want to see what else I can bring here. 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 6. Let me back this up. Yeah, there's a thing about, we have to remember October, November, December, September, October, November, December. So we're going to talk the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th months are all also connected together in this scenario. They all have a bear at the end of it. The octo and the sept meaning 7, octo is going to be 8. I'm not sure what November is. Nueve. Can you say what does November represent? And then deca for 10 for December. The thing about December, the 10th month, is you see you have 6 here and 6 here. You have a total of 12. But you never use the 12. You'll either use it this way or this way. You will use a total of 8. But at the same time, the single dot, you will use both times. So when you're using this 6, okay, and this 6, which is 12, you'll only use 8, but in both instances, you'll use the single dot. The 10 system, I'm trying to remember why it was the 10 system again, the connecting 10 star. Just throwing things around now. When you take a 4 item and put it over a 4 item, what happens? The house of bait, 727. You have 8 here and you have 8 here. Because they're touching, there's a doorway over here. Remove the doorway, call it 2. Because for 2 areas. There's 7 areas here and 7 areas here. There's 7 points here and there's 7 points here. So your 8 and 8, 16 now becomes 14. Just to throw that around. Here's something, before we end this, let's throw this on the plate, okay? It's ironic that 1, 2, 3, I just want to move my phone over because I'm seeing everything better on my phone on this side, so just let me make a little switch for a second. Wow. I can't, my camera's on the other side. So the switch I'm making over here is 1, ONE equals 34, 3 and 4 is 7. 2 equals 58, 5 and 8 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4. 3 equals 56, 5 and 6 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 4, FOUR equals 60, equals 6. 6 equals 5 and 2, 52, 19, 9, and 24. 28 and 24, the rabbit ears are on. 7, SEVN, EEV, 545, 22, 32, 51 and 14, 65. EIGHT, right? See that T? It's the only number that if you look down all these numbers, when you say 8th, you'll only add an H. When you say 7th, 6th, 4th, 5th, you'll always add on TH or 28. Here, you only add on 8, 8 and 28, the money number. You don't need the T. You don't need a gateway over here. That one becomes 4, 9 and 4, 13. 8 and 5, 13. 4, 9, 13, 5, 8, birth into the heavens. E-world, into the heavens, he. So that's going to give you 4, and then 9 is 42. What's ironic, okay, what's ironic is take a look. On the top part, you have 7426, and the bottom part, you have 7246. So now you connect. 4 and 9 comes together as 13. 3 and 7 comes together as 10. 1 and 6 comes together as 10. All around your cube, this is going to be 1, 4, and 7. 1 and 3, 4. 1 plus 0 and 7. You take a look at this cube. 1, 4, and 7. 74, I think, is energy. It's the cross. 47 is time. This number in time, it'll be bull. There's so many things that go along with this number. The moon will project itself down into this number. This number will turn down into what is the connection between 1331, and 1331 is going to be connected to this cube, to Rubik's Cube, where there are 18 that go around the heart. 18 Chai, call it the sun cube, rotating amongst the moons of creation. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to look at the last few messages if there are any. I'm going to take all questions now, and then we're going to end this video. I just want to see where we are. 2020. Bye. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you can help out this channel, just check out at the beginning. I don't really understand astrology, understand how to read astrology. Neither do I. It has nothing to do with astrology. This has to do with how the zodiac moves, what the relationship is amongst the other stars, amongst the constellations. So once we know that, since we already are advanced and we have the analytics amongst most, we can better the understanding of the analytics and see that we are actually 100% living in the time of quantum computers. And we are that fleshy robotic end result in which there are others that have come into this game who breathe the same air, because one of the things about this game is it's a utopia we live in. It's an absolute utopia, if you only understood. So what we have to know is there is a creator. We look for a creator. There is one. We know the quantum computer is out there. How do we understand and convince ourselves how powerful we actually are? 13 signs in the zodiac, 12 zodiacs for 13 moons. So 13 signs. Would you not figure that we were one of those signs? We are the orphan children living upon, okay, all these signs. There are other signs that came into this creation because of us. There are other signs that came into this creation because of us. Otherwise, we wouldn't need the other signs. It's broken up, right? Should it be 9? Should it be 8? We come as an overlay into this. So it was 8. And because of 8, I think there are 8 plus the one heart, in which the one heart three different areas. Air, the cat, 24 equals to 6. It's the hexagon. You have 4 hexagons, creates an octagon. You fill the heart with life, you pull it closer together. Remember the end zone in football, the extra field we need in order to kick the extra point where the netting goes up to stop the ball from going into the stands outside the game. We pull this into this and we stand up and we live. When we turn it sideways, we go to sleep at night, living amongst the moon, the one moon that sits heart to two more moons, and we stay grounded in this life. 666, our life connect. I also have the formula to understand 33, and then we have part of the star system. Here, right, when we're going through the hours, let's say Pisces, okay, it's 4 o'clock to 6 in the morning. So it'll be 4, then it'll be 4:15, then it'll be 4:30, 4:45, 5, 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, 6. So now we have a 4, connect through 5 into 4. If we were running this in thirds and we still have 5 o'clock, it'd be running by 20 minutes. Here we have 6, here we have 8. So we now connect the communication, right? The 9 lives of the cat into the house of the canine, right? Canine is 911, where K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. K is the reverse of 16, 1 and 6 is 7. So when you say canine, you're actually talking about 7 come 11, and that would be your magical cube, the blank face of Kaaba, where we know that secret, we know that truth, we know that reality. Peace and love, everybody. Have a good night, and drink some water and smile if you can help out the channel. It's not just for today, but it's every single day. Help me get by. Peace, love. If you want to say something, Paul or Fluff, I think that's who's on here right now. Besides Cynthia, then don't be shy. We're here together. If you have any numeric question or any conscript out of any book, I can take a look at it and come up with the hypothetical reality of what dominates as to the word itself. And then from there, match it up with other understandings. And there is more to every number. There's an letter, there's an odd and an even letter. There's understanding the alphabet without the vowels. It's understanding the alphabet based on 36. It's to understand the alphabet to where there's nine alphabetical letters. We can also understand it having 7 alphabetical numeric letters as to gematria 7. We can do it with Chaldean 8. We can also do it on another level where we can use it as every letter is a minimum of 6 multiple, meaning if it's M13, it'll now be 78 plus 1 plus 3 equals to 82, which is the carpenter's way of doing it. That is the keys to wisdom who does that. I like to share that if I get some information from anybody, I like to tag them with it. I think it's very important that we share amongst the community. That sharing amongst the community will grow the community. The more information we share with each other, right, the easier it is to grow. The more we learn and we grow together. Nobody left behind. Nobody left behind. Because there's no behind left to go. It's now. According to the dice, 21 dots, we need 3 of them for creation is 63. According to the base creation, we need ABC. So again, we need a 3. We need 60 to come into the effect, which is ABC times the 10 star. The 10 star is right here, crossing the 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. Once we cross the 10 star, we know instead of just 6 and 3, it'll either be 36 or 63. Well, right now into the year we're coming into 2026. 2026 is 63 years away from 1963. The moon years, 19 was the moon years, 18 was the sun years, 1700s was the year of Mars, 1600 will represent what is to buy, to sell, what is the ring, what is the pole, Number 15 is going to represent the fox passage. Number 14 is going to represent the extremity of this ring, the king, the house planet, ABCD base creation. The 1300 will represent the moon, the E world in the 1200s, and the 1100 it's division of the 911 sun. And then when you get to the thousands again, and every number is going to say a different story. Well, right now, okay, we're in the year 2026. When you're born, you're zero. When you're born, you're zero. When you finish your first year, are you having your second birthday or your first birthday? You're having your first birthday because you just ended your first year. So when you have a celebration for a year, you arrive at the end of that year. When we celebrate on December 31st, 2024, and we put up 2025, it's because we're celebrating 2025, and we're not beginning it, we are ending it. We are going into day one of 2026. The operator, the gateway. In 2027, we return back to the house of creation. If you want to know what 2025 is, it was the IT system of the sun. As much energy that was needed. When we go to 26, 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 will bring us to a gateway, 12 and 8. 12 is 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 8 is going to be club. It's going to be 83 monkey. We know the monkey is at the doorway. Why is it at the doorway? It's at the doorway at 12. The machine is always calling out for a monkey. When you go into the casino where they pay 1.5 times your money, 1 and 5 is Mars, 4, 3, 2 vibration run between, or they pay you 3 to 2 on your money. 3 to 2 happens to be the pig. 3 and 2, I forget what else. It is the BC world communication, Venus, Earth. I'm just trying to see right. At the same time, it's going to be monkey. What happens when you're in blackjack? They scream monkey, monkey, monkey. It means when you're calling for a monkey, they're always calling it for it. Either when you have 10 or 11, when it's for you, right? Usually it's 10 or 11, you're calling for ace or monkey. But really, when the dealer has a 12 and up, under 17, you're asking the dealer to pull a monkey. So you now know the dealer has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would be the Queen's card, right? That would be divided gate of 88. They're calling for a monkey. So your monkey from all the way from calling for a monkey, getting 22 is just like getting 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Once you get the monkey, you get all of those numbers. They come with the monkey because you're calling a monkey, right? They're not calling 6, 8, 4. If you have 16, they're not saying, okay, get a 6. No, they're calling for the monkey. The monkey is a representation, okay, of the mirror world. 4 is that the monkey is also the 9th zodiac sign. The mirror world is within the monkey. A, B, C, D. 4 times 3, 4 times creation D equals to 10. A, B, C, D. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. We're looking for the 10 card. We're looking for the monkey, which brings us into 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And then we have the 26. We have the dog. At 24, we have the cat. We have the 9 legs of the cat. We have the dividing gate. So why are we asking for the coupe to get the monkey in order to ignite life? The 22nd letter is V, brings us into the E world of the sun. The 23rd will bring us communications. The 24th, the dividing gate. 25 brings us to the quarter life of Earth. What builds us up with 2 cuts us down with 5. It brings us through the 7th gate of the monkey. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 is 10 and 7. That 10 is that monkey at the 7th gate of the cat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. It just so happens that the French reverse the G for the J and the J for the G in order to have 7 and 10 equals to 17. Another way to get there is 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals 8 and 9 is high, right? That is your high birth. Where you're 8 and 9, okay, what is your high birth? This is where your 7 and 8 comes in. Your 7 plus, your 7, hold on a second. Your 7 plus 2 equals 9. Your 8 plus 1 equals to 9. I'm just trying to see, there's something about the minus and plus. Your 7 plus the 3 equals to 10. So with the 7, you need all 3 moons, but the 8, you only need 2 moons. With the 8, you say eighth. When you say eighth, you only add the H for 8. Every other number you will say TH. When you say 18, you only add the EEN, telling me about the 7th gate. But every other number you go TEEN equals to 44, division of night and day. So with 8, that already exists in all 3 areas, and the only reason that it's in all 3 areas, why is it more than 9? It's just that you were born into the heavens. You were born into the 8. So you're an add-on. You're a heart that got added on into this world. And that's the way I see it. But ask me, is there any questions? Let me see what's going on the YT side. So Tammy, thank you. And I'm going to wait for the last of questions. If there's been any questions, let me know. Because questions are only going to create, more understanding. Maybe I can answer a question. So important, this calculator. We're going to bring the world together by knowing the truth that where is the good old Lord, the power of the sea? It's you and me. The power of the sea, the power of the JC is you and it is me. Only our decisions will count. Is there a creator? Yes, there is. What do they want? They want us to have logic, rationality, common understanding. I spoke earlier on about February 29th, and I'm going to leave it at before I finish, is that the day of the fish, okay? The 91st day is where the first set of cards, 1 through 13, comes in. The 91st day is 1 week, okay, or the 13th week, okay, achieving one group of cards, one suit. Once you complete one suit, you have what they have, a quarter of the suits. Once you have the quarter of the suit, you now have the reflective body in the womb. Number 29 is the IT system, meaning communication within the sun. The child on the 92nd day, February 29th, representing, you will also see in the deck of cards, there'll be a card with number 92 on it, right? 91 is the soul. So we now connect it to a moon. Now the child starts to get further construction, okay, in connection with the moon. Now we have, that's what happens on April, what used to be the 91st day in April, which is 4/1. It's also noted to be a day of communication, and the mirror happens on that day. 1 and 4 is just like 10 for communication. The first day of the 4th month, doesn't matter how it comes to be. Your communication comes in. When you come to September 29th, again, the IT system in the 9th month, the 9 birth, right? What happens the 273rd day is 3 times 91. So now you have 3 sets of 3 suits in the deck of card. And now the child comes within that last week of the moon, or the 9 birth coming into its 40th week. And in the 40th week, you have connected the star system of 19283746. You have gone through the process. Once you come out and breathe, you enter into the E world of both domains. You are in the star system at 10, coming out your 9 birth, living in the house of Bait, 911, the canine. We're going to end it at that. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. But before I end it, we're going to take a little walk. If you want to see something, if you want to see the floor. Whoop. $88. I like that. I like that design right over there. The Bélier. We can look at, whoop. I think I'm upside down with this. Hold on a second.
We can look at these bricks, and when they're built, these bricks, it takes the H, the I, the 2, and the 5. It's going to say high Q. If I turn around the camera just one last time, just to take a look at the floor. Here's the floor. Here's binary code. Here's binary code over here. That's binary code. Okay, it's going to create hourglasses. I don't have it complete. I never completed it. I don't think I wanted to lose it in translation, but it doesn't matter. I'll finish it. This one over here is when the Canadian penny came off the market, right? This is going to be 1, 2, and here's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Here's 8, 9, 1, and 2. There is no 10. There is no 10. Then over here, we just got a whole bunch of connecting dots, right? So over here, what this is over here, it's the number 2 area over here, right? Just like that, 2, 4, 6, 8. When I do the 2, 4, 6, 8, I create a box over the 5. But when I create a box over the 5, because it turns to a diamond angle, it automatically picks up inside of both areas over here. And if I connect the top part and the bottom part, you're going to see the Star of David in 2, 4, 6, and 8. But I'm going to get the 5 area is going to be part of the 4 area, is going to be part of the 6 area. Right? Here, I created with X's, right? I left open, okay. Here, in this area, what it is I used 1, 3, 7, and 9. Here's the 5 area. It took 4 dots to create that, okay? Over here, right? It took 5 dots to create this one, but I connected this one over here with that one over here, so I doubled up on my dots, right? Over here, I created 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Look what happens when I came here. It created all these 88 patterns, right? I went 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, right? And then there's a area over here in the center. This area over here is where 2 goes, 1, 2, 3. And then I went 3, 2, 1. So it creates this artwork. And then when we move up a little bit over here, right? Here's the original. This is the original. This is the original right here. If you notice, we have an X, right? And then you have a 1. Then you have a Y. Then you have 1, 1. Then you have an X. Then you have a Y. So it's complete. It took 3 rows, 3 different stories from 3 rows for the 36 to show you your first strand of DNA. And then we did it here. And this is all 36 numbers. I don't know if my camera's dirty on purpose or I don't have much light. Just give me a second. Let me see if I can create more light. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. All right, is that better? Just 1 second with this camera. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. I knew I wasn't picking up the floor properly. All right. So then what we have is when we create the octagon, see the octagon? What happens, because the darker numbers are the odd and the even numbers, right? When they're created, it creates between the connections, the octagon. Now within the octagon, we have the 2 cat parts of communication. So this is basically what the floor is. And yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Most of everybody has disappeared, fleeing the coop. So yeah, I want to thank everybody. I'm here for my last minute to note that if you have any questions, there's my 10 commandments. How are we going to connect those up? And then here I had one of them. I'm just running out from my other video. I like the way the arm moves in and moves out to rotate the sun between the moon. Right? You're going to have connecting of sun and moon that's going to be moving between the matrix system. Right? We got to be running that imperial and matrix system amongst the 3 moons in the sky.
How many astrological signs between those three moons? Would you say, let's do this, let's do this, let's see if this is possible. Remember, we live in utopia. We have Luna with 44, okay, constellations. And we have Mars, I'm going to use Mars moons, in control of 44 constellations with 22 and 22. So I'm not really sure what it'll be. Maybe it'll be a little bit different, but that's the way I'm looking at it right now. It just so happens that the Monopoly game, how it works. Earth goes to the center, Mars, Mars, Earth, Mars. It's a Monopoly game. I'm just tired. I don't know where I'm going right now. I think I mentioned this one thing before. In the game of pool, there's 15 balls, right? Well, when we chuck up the balls, we go from down here. If you notice, there's a passageway all the way up to ball 15. Ball number 8 is right over here, touching the 7th gate. Stripes, solids. Stripes plays in this house over here. Solids plays in 2 different houses. Number 8 is a division here. Number 8 is a division here. And there's an 8 division here in the lower world. And one in the upper world, right over here. 88 touches right here at the 7th gate. I'm too tired to explain. I'm going to let it go. Tired. Everybody have a good night. Like I said, if you can help out the channel, not just today, but every single day, because I'm on a mission for the last 20 years that I've been here. I have 10,000 videos on YouTube. I don't know where you're watching me from right now, because I'm not going to be live. I'm going to be lying in bed with my cat and meowing myself to sleep. Peace and love. Have a good